What's going on, guys? This is your host, Ian Starkey, New Equity on the New Equity Connections podcast. Today, I'm hanging out with one of my friends, another young real estate hustler, real estate entrepreneur that's absolutely crushing it in his space. He has been active in the game for about 13 months and is already making big bucks. All right. I didn't mean to rhyme, but it just kind of flowed out. So, ladies and gents, I want to introduce one of my good friends from across the continent, Noy Above.
Abayov, thank you.
Bio, dang it, I
All
messed
good,
it
all
up.
good.
Yeah.
Uh, all good, all good. But yeah, guys, my name is Noy. I'm in LA. I'm wholesaling real estate. I'm doing anywhere between 7 and 15 deals a month. I think we got like 15 properties under contract right now, in escrow. But yeah, I started about 13 months ago. Um, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I guess you started 13 months ago. How did you get started? Did you invest into a course? Did you join a mastermind group? How did you get started and what made you want to get started in this space?
Yeah, so really like all my family's in real estate. My dad's a contractor. All my uncles like build like luxury houses in LA. I'm in LA.
Mhm.
And I always knew I wanted to like be in real estate. And um, but I didn't really know how I was gonna get into it, right? So
Mhm.
in LA, I don't really know, like if you guys know, if you're out of LA, like people don't really know what wholesaling is. It's not really like something that people do out here. So, and the way I really got started is one of my good buddies, or Amar, he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, there's this event with Grant Cardone. They're going to talk about wholesaling and real estate." And he really just kind of convinced me to go. It was like $1,000 each. It was kind of expensive. I didn't really know what it was going to be. I knew about wholesaling before, but we went to the event. He kind of pulled me there, and they started. Some guy was just really talking about wholesaling and just saying I do like deals from a yacht, and I'm like not really doing it. My whole team's doing this, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
And it was like a 3 day event. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I went to the first day on Friday, and I went to a dinner Friday night after that first day, and I met this guy like out of nowhere, which was the craziest thing. And
Those
I,
guys out of nowhere, man, they're always the best.
oh my God, out of nowhere, man. This guy named Eli Sofer.
Mhm.
I meet Eli. He tells me what he's doing. He's like, I'm wholesaling real estate. I'm like, what? Like, I've never met anyone that's wholesaling real estate. I just went to an event, and all of a sudden, I meet someone that's doing what I want to do.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah, we just got an office. We're starting to do deals. We just did like a deal or two. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna show up on Monday and I'm gonna work for you. Um, so I went on Monday. Um, I cold called for him and his partner. His partner's name is Noam Shalom. Two really good guys. I cold called for them for like 6 months. Really just learned the game, and then just kind of started my own thing after that. 6 months later.
Okay, so you were with two guys working for them for 6 months. Once you learned the game, you said, "Screw this, I'm out. I'm gonna go make all the money myself."
Yeah,
Mhm. That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah. And keep in mind, like I'm like not like, I'm not like a genius. I'm a pretty young guy. I'm 22 right now. I
Mhm.
started when I was like 21 or something. I don't remember, like late, like right before I was turning 20. Like I literally like I'm a high school dropout. I left school at 16. Um, I went to like right when I dropped out. My grandpa like works at the swap meet, and he was like, "Come work with me at the swap meet." I left school at 16 and went to work at the swap meet. Man, I sold clothes, two pieces for $1 for like 3 years. I was doing that for a long time, and I was just grinding doing that. So like you don't need to be a genius to do this. Like anyone can do this. Anyone can get into it. You just need to be hungry.
Mhm.
You know,
High school dropout you said at 16?
dropped out at 16. Yep.
So that was that your sophomore or junior year?
It was beginning of junior year I left.
Beginning of junior year. So what? Dropping out of high school. So what? Okay, let's talk about that real quick. So how did your parents react to that?
Did not like that.
They're like, what the?
Nope. Nobody liked that. Nobody liked it except for me.
Okay, dropped out of high school. I mean, I'm a dropout too. I dropped out of college after 4 years. It took me 4 years to
Yeah.
realize I don't need this. Parents loved it. They're like, you're so close.
Yeah.
Dropped out of high school, worked for your grandfather, and then you came across Grant Cardone. I can relate to that. That's actually what got me interested in multifamily, is seeing that character, just like, you know what he does. He gets on, he's like, hey, look at me, I'm buying this property right here. And
Yeah.
I was like, multifamily. Then I started just running numbers on them, and I was like, man, these things make money. But
Yeah.
dropped out of high school, worked for your grandfather. Now you're here. You're 22. You have how many guys working with you, working for you?
So basically, it's about 19 cold callers out of the office that just bring in leads. And then right now we have two sales guys that close the leads that the 19 cold callers bring.
Mhm.
And then I have one dispositions person that basically just sells all the contracts.
So you got 19 cold callers.
Yep, 19 cold callers. Yeah.
That is a machine, dude. You got some leads pouring in.
Yeah, it's like 30, 40 leads a day of just people coming in and just saying, I want to sell my property. It's pretty crazy.
That's awesome.
It's nuts. Yeah.
So that's a total of, what is that? Let me do math real quick. That's 23 employees total.
Yeah, if you want to count the cold callers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 22 with 23 people working for you. And kind of what is an average month? What's an average, gross revenue? Let's just talk about net, what your gross revenue.
So this month, also like about 15 under contract. Not all of them go through, right? Some of them fall off.
Yeah.
The average that we're doing right now is around 25,000 per deal. So I mean, projected for this month, if everything does close, everything does look good, it should be above $200,000.
200K.
Yeah, yeah. If everything closes, we've got some like deals that we're assigning right now, and like one of them's like one of them is 50K. Another good one is like 45K. Just two deals right there, and then we have like the rest are like between 20 and 30, and maybe one or two like 15s, something like that.
22 pulling in six figures a month.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
how long did it take you to start doing that much volume? And what was like, was there a secret, or you just kept ramping, kept reinvesting in the business?
Dude, like the only thing that stopped me from doing that is scaling the marketing. Like the second I started spending more on marketing, the more it came back. You know what I mean? So like you want to think of it as like you spend $1, $4 comes back. So like right when I started spending, like right when I like ramped up like the cold callers, leads came in. I couldn't handle leads. I got sales guys. And then that's when everything just kind of blew up, right? Like really right after I got cold callers, a lot of cold callers.
Really? So
Yeah.
like, and did you start with one cold caller? Did you start with three? How did you decide to get 19 cold callers at one time?
Yeah. So it really started with like, the business really started right when Corona started, and, I didn't have money, and, crazy to think about it. I started my business right before Corona, like a month or two before Corona. And none of my friends really had jobs. Everyone wasn't working. The people who were working, they were working from home. We had a lockdown, right? So
Yeah.
what I did was I basically went to some friends. I got 4 friends to cold call for us. And I would just tell them, hey, like bring in like leads. If one of your deals closes, I'll give you 15% of the deal. So it was kind of a free way to get, people to cold call. And then I would just pay them based off of commission. So I had no like upfront costs. So I had 4 friends just cold calling for me. And then we went like 4 months without closing a deal, closed the first deal. It was like a 36K check. And then after that, I just got, they went and did their own thing after that. And then I just got virtual assistants.
Awesome.
Yeah. I got like 5 virtual assistants and then just went up from there.
It started with 5.
I started with 5. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. I started. I'm ramping mine back up because need to get some more things going. But yeah, I think I started with the most I ever had was 2, and they were, they were solid. They were good. But nowhere near 19. I mean, that'd be.
You got to ramp it up, bro. You got to ramp it up. You need 10.
Dude, I do. I know. I do.
Yeah.
Right now I'm gonna have them call commercial. And then I'll probably start having them call some like we talked about, some residential, just because want to get some houses, man. I want to start flipping some houses.
Yeah, and I want to talk about commercial as well. Sorry to cut you off. I want to talk about commercial as well.
Dude, let's talk about commercial. So what are you doing in the commercial space right now? Anything?
Yeah, so right now I'm just learning, right? I've been understanding everything. So right now what the next move is going to be is basically have kind of the single family side automated. One of the sales guys is going to stop looking at single family and start looking at multifamily. And we're really just going to be locking up deals and looking to partner with other people as well on those. So we're going to be looking for anything over 30 units and up. Basically, the market's going to be all over the US. We're going to be looking everywhere in the US. And so we're looking for partners to bring in capital and other types of things that can help us do deals on that side.
So you're looking to basically start bringing the deals and then just kind of staking, like just bringing the deal and just having a small piece of the equity from bringing the deal.
Yeah, I'm really not looking for much equity, at least in the beginning. I'm really just looking to get my feet wet with it. I don't really care about the equity, to be honest with you right now. I really just want to build a track record of like deals under my belt. And then obviously like once I have like deals under my belt, I can go and source money cheaper, So I'm really just looking to get deals under my belt and partner with people that know what they're doing,
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. And we'll definitely, we'll talk offline about that.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll talk offline about that. But yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I mean, dude, you're 22, you're making over 6 figures a month, and now you can literally keep doing what you're doing and live a really good life. But
yeah,
the fact that you're taking that next step, you're pushing to that next level of residential to commercial. I mean, commercial, it's such a big space, man. It's massive. I mean, it's take residential and then take that check and add $1, $2, $3, $4 zeros behind it. I mean, it's incredible. Those buildings right behind you. Everyone who's watching this, those buildings behind them, those are commercial. I mean, I've known people that have wholesaled those kind of buildings. They bought it, they decide they don't want it, and then they sell it the next day, or they buy it, in the bottom of the market whenever the leases when it's all vacant during like COVID, and then stabilize it, turn around, fill it up with leases, sell it within a couple of years, and make 3, 4, 5, 10 million.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
crazy.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Heck yeah.
So that's really what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to build. I mean, kind of my lifetime goal is really just to have like 10,000 units. So I don't need 100% of that, right? I want my team to have equity in that. I want partners to have equity in that. So that's really my goal. I want a piece of 10,000 units. So just kind of, having the single family wholesaling kind of be like helping me get into that, right? So I'm getting deals right now. When I start sourcing multifamily, there's not going to be really any difference. I just have to buy a different list, right? So sourcing the deals is kind of like, got easy, to be honest. So I know that's not going to be a problem. It's really all about like now putting the pieces together to kind of just do the multifamily side,
Exactly, man. Exactly. And it really is. You can take the same acquisitions machine for single family and residential and put it into multifamily.
100%. 100%.
It is a little bit it's a different conversation. It's usually sometimes it's not, I'm dealing with a couple right now. Usually it's a more sophisticated seller, but I mean, it's the same rodeo, Hey,
yeah, 100%.
Yes, no, yes. All right, let's roll. So
exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, I also wanted to talk about a couple things to, if people are looking to get into wholesaling, I do want to help with that as well, and just talk about a couple nuggets, and really like what has been like the biggest game changer for me. So, I mean, I feel like if you're just wholesaling right now, the first thing you got to do is if you're not getting deals, you got to spend more money on marketing. So if you have no money for marketing, you really just need to go get a job at like wherever, like save up like 10 grand.
Mhm.
If you don't have like that seed money to go and like just do a bunch of deals, like just save up money for marketing because you need to spend money on marketing. That's the first things first. You need leads, right? And then like once you do that, like the also another game changer for me was what I started doing is I actually, well, usually what people do is when they get a deal under contract, what they'll do is they'll go and shop it around to their 200 like cash buyers list.
Mhm.
But what I figured out how to do is I'm actually listing all my deals on the MLS. So it's been a huge like game changer. Like if let's just say a property selling for like 200K on the MLS, like
Mhm.
I'm selling my property for like 190K,
Yeah.
because I'm listing them on the MLS instead of trying to shoot it to like cash buyers and they're, trying to offer you like 120, whatever it is, 120, 130. So that just kind of it makes it easy, right? So you can offer more, you can do more deals that way. Um, if you have more questions about that, you can just hit on my Instagram, just DM me and I'll answer any questions you have. My Instagram is at Life of Noy.
Yeah, we'll drop your Instagram, and yeah, we talked about that the other day, listing things on the MLS. That definitely is a good nugget. And there's ways, if you're wholesaling, you're listening to this, there's ways to do that, and you have to be very careful if you're a wholesaler or you're an agent, because I'm a licensed agent. Most brokers, that won't fly unless the contract is written a certain way and unless everyone is in agreements. And
Yep.
the way everyone agrees is through signing that contract. So
Yep.
that's a nugget. There's a black, there's a white, and there's a gray area of real
Yep.
estate.
Yep. So we always
Wholesaling,
tell
you're,
them,
you're, you're in that gray area,
yeah,
the
100%,
Wild
100%.
West.
Yeah. So if you're doing this, you want to make sure you're doing it correctly, right? So I've spoken with lawyers and stuff to make sure I'm doing everything correctly.
Absolutely.
Um, in the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing, but I've spoken to lawyers and made sure that the verbiage in my contract is correct, right? So we put the whole line. I'm not going to say the whole thing, but it basically says is um, that the buyer has the option to list the property on the multiple listing service.
Mhm.
And so we put that in there. We tell the homeowner what we're doing. We're saying we're going to list the property in the market. If you tell them, if you put in the contract, you're good to go, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have more questions about that, just DM me and I'll answer.
Absolutely. And yeah, just for all you watching, it's wholesaling can get a bad stigma, a bad rep, but I want to put this out there and think about it like this. What Noise doing, what I'm doing, what everyone who wholesales is doing is they're providing a solution, they're providing value. And this is how. When you wholesale a property, usually that property is in rough, distressed, whatever you want to call it, condition. It's not good. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
So as someone who owns that property and may not have the capital to improve it, or just turn their back on it and just wants to let it go completely, someone like us can come in and give them an offer that works for them, and then match that property, basically connect that property with an investor for a price that works for them, and allow them to go make more money. Usually they make more money than the wholesaler, the investor does, by fixing that property, flipping it, filling it up, and renovating slash stabilizing it. So, wholesaling, it really is. It stimulates the economy. It does. I mean, you look at the housing market across the U.S. It's really catching on fire, and wholesaling is really starting to catch fire because more of these distressed properties are getting in the hands or getting under contract from hungry hustlers like Noy, like myself, and we're just giving investors more game, more ways to make money.
Yeah.
It's
100%, man.
a big old machine that it just keeps turning, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better. So,
Yeah.
I want to put that out there for people because I know some people will probably hear that and be like, "Oh, what's wrong with these guys? I hate them." Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, like I mean, everyone likes nice stuff. Everyone likes nice houses, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also people don't realize, how many like different streams of income I'm providing people. You know what I mean? Like basically to put in perspective, like when I sell a deal, I'm giving the homeowner money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving the buyer a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm providing the title company with transaction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving the contractor a job.
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, I can't even think of anything. I can name 20 different things if you give me a couple minutes to think, but I can like just tally things down. Like I'm providing so many different like
You're
people.
giving the new homeowner, a new tenant, a nice place to live.
Mhm.
I mean, it keeps going. It's
Making the
like,
neighborhood nicer, right? Making the neighborhood nicer,
Mhm.
raising the value for other properties around it. That's another
Mhm.
thing.
I mean,
Um,
I'm just
it
gonna
just
keep
goes on.
counting.
It goes on, man. I can name like 10 different things, but not on
Exactly.
top of my head right now. But yeah, it's just so many different like ways that we're providing value from doing this, you know?
Absolutely. And one thing I've noticed from studies, from my own personal studies, from my own personal research is, people talk about making money's bad, making money's evil, but when you really look at the people who make the most money, let's talk about two that everyone knows. Let's talk about Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos has created a platform that provides so many people an incredible products and services, and therefore that has made him one of the most wealthy men on this earth and to ever walk this earth so far. Elon Musk, same story, same situation, and he's still raising the roof. So, talking about, kind of went on a tangent here, but I'm just going to keep going. Talking about the topic of making money, it's like the more value you provide to other people equals the more money you will make, because money, it's a tangible object, but it's more so like an energy. It's it's a what's the word? It just shows, its value. It's value returned. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm getting fired up right now.
I feel that, man. I mean, yeah, I think it's really important
Yeah.
to, if we're talking about money, I think it's really important to make money, right? I mean, you got to be able to, I mean, people say that, people that make money are, greedy, but who's going to feed more people, the billionaire or the broke person on the street? You know what I mean? Like whatever, you know what I mean? Who's going to provide more jobs, So who's going to feed their family? You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
making money is important, man. I mean, so
We're talking to a billionaire in the making. Look at that. Look at the message. Look at this. You got to get me one of those. Seriously. Hey,
a
speak
billionaire in
it.
the making.
Visualize it. Speak into existence, brother. Speak into existence.
Every morning, every morning.
You're so close, man. I love it. I love it.
But
So
yeah, man. I mean, should we go into more about like wholesaling or?
let's talk about. I mean, you've come up really quick. What's your secret sauce? I mean, do you have a morning routine you follow? Do you meditate? You mentioned you do affirmations. I do the same. I love that. What's the secret sauce for all these other young guys that are like, sitting on their phone scrolling, seeing all these young guys make money. They're like, okay, how do they do it? You know,
Yeah,
what's Noah's secret sauce?
bro. The secret sauce is one simple word. Like I don't think people understand it, but it's hunger. It's hunger, man. You got to really, really want it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that I see people having is like they don't want it bad enough. Like I'll get DMs and stuff, and people, how do I do this? How do I do that? And I'll explain it to them, but they don't make, they don't do any action. They don't put any action into, what I'm telling them. So the problem is hunger. I think that's the number one thing to have if you want to like be successful. You just need to really, really want it, man. You need to want it because like it'll get hard, and when it does get hard, you need to push through it to be able to make it out on the other side. You know what I mean? Because for me, for my first 4 months, I was really, really struggling with getting my first deal. And I feel like if I didn't want it bad enough, I wouldn't have made it. You know what I mean? If I had like a plan B, or if I really, really didn't want to stay in real estate and build something, I would have given up, after the second month or third month. But I stayed the course, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I really just think that you need to have it, So just kind of forcing yourself to have something is like very important,
You gotta have that fire, man. You gotta have that
The
fire. You gotta
fire.
have that hunger. I mean, it's
Yeah, you
like,
gotta have the fire.
I feel that 100%. I have almost every one of my friends, everyone that follows me, almost everyone, I can guaranteed, if they haven't already, they will hit me up, say, put me on. How do you do what you do? I know you get the same thing.
Yeah.
And literally, I tell them, like, if you want to make 20K right now, go find me the ugliest, shittiest house you can find, and we will wholesale together. I'm like, go find it.
Yeah.
Just give me an address. Just give me an address. Just give me a name, and I'll make you money. They're like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. I'm like,
Nothing happens because they don't go and try for dollars, or they don't cold call, or they don't do it. You know what I mean? They just don't want it bad enough.
mm-mm,
That's the problem.
mm-mm.
I think
Exactly, dude.
that
Exactly.
people are having.
It is, man. It's like I don't know if it's analysis process. I don't know, but you have it. You definitely have it, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. To be honest with you, it's really like when I dropped out, it was really like I got a lot of doubt from people. Oh, you're not going to college. You dropped out of high school.
Mhm.
You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do that. So I really just had a fire under my ass to go and make money, and it's just I think that's the biggest thing, having that fire.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
Important.
high school, like that's crazy. That's high school. I mean, see, I dropping out of high school for me was never even a thought because I played football and football was life. I was trying to go to the NFL, being
Yeah,
6'9" and not having. I mean, I actually do. I'm actually a good size. Like I actually probably could have if I would have just I don't know hit the weights harder. But I don't know. For me, dropping out of high school was never even a thought. I was like,
yeah,
finish high school, go to college, somehow get drafted or join a team. I don't know. Football was life, and
yeah.
for me, it was like whenever football ended, which was probably my second year at a Division III school that no one ever heard of. I just kind of woke up. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, let me go. I see all my friends at Texas State, UT, partying, enjoying life, having fun, starting to make money. I'm like, take this shit off. I'm done. Let me go play.
The
Let me go
thing,
play flag football in intramurals and just ball with the boys.
I feel that. I feel that.
Did you play sports? Do you play sports at all now?
No, not really. I mean, to be honest, I used to dirt bike a lot, like racing, like I used to go like once, twice a week. Ever since I was like 3 years old, I would race. But not anymore. I got hurt a couple of times, so I stopped. But but yeah, man, I'm just like super focused on work, and honestly, I'm not even like looking at stuff like, you know what I mean? I'm not like,
Are you
I
looking
kind
at
of I got out of it.
boys yet? You got any cars you bought yet or looking at yet?
I have a Chevy Cruze right now, man, and pretty
Balling.
tired of it. I'm balling with the Chevy Cruze,
Put some
but
spinners on it.
I did order a Tesla. I got a Model X. It's on the way right now.
Mhm.
So that should be nice.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
That'll
that'll be nice. I'm just waiting for it to come in, but
Mhm.
I'm about to flex over here. I'm about to flex.
No, yeah, and nice cars, man. I mean, they're complete liabilities, but it is nice, man. It's like it's a symbol, you know. It's like a symbol and it's like a trophy to show that
It's a
okay,
trophy. Exactly, bro. Like I'll be in that car sitting in there and I'm like, wow, look what I worked so hard for this car. That's why I want the car,
yeah, no, absolutely, I
Just to
agree.
kind of just to kind of, it's like a trophy, like you said.
Exactly, exactly. And let's do some closing thoughts. So, we've talked about we've kind of given everyone who's watching this, we've kind of put them all on a lot of game, I feel like. But for those of you that still want one last nugget to get off your ass, get off the couch, stop scrolling through Instagram and start making some money, what's your closing thought to someone, Noe? What would you tell them?
It really just depends. I mean, you got to find like a vehicle to get into, because it may be wholesaling, maybe starting like a clothing line, whatever it is.
Mhm.
You got to find the vehicle, and once you do, you need to get to fucking work, and put in the work, and just don't stop until you succeed. Don't stop if you fail for a year. Just
Mhm.
keep going.
I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah.
New
Thank you.
Equity Connections, my boy Noy. We're gonna take down 100 million of real estate together. I'm speaking it. I know we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
Peace.